CELPIP 2026 Canadian English Language Proficiency Index Tips. All you need to know. Question 1. In a CELPIP listening task, a man mentions he needs help finding an office. What is he likely doing? Asking for directions, quitting his job, hiring a new employee, decorating the room. The phrase finding an office implies a need for directions within a building. Question 2. A speaker says, pin it down and then back it up. This most likely means, attach a paper to a board, identify an argument and support it with research, reverse a car into a spot, close a computer program. In academic or professional contexts, pin down means to define clearly and back it up means to provide evidence. Question 3. In a reading task about riparian rights, the text mentions health effects of water systems. What is the implied message? Owners can pollute their own water. Water ecology affects more than just legal ownership. Ancient laws were better. Water is always safe. Modern understanding links water health to broader environmental and human health, beyond just property rights. Question 4. CELPIP writing part 1 usually requires a short note of how many words? 10 to 20, 50 to 75, 150 to 200, 500 plus. Actually, CELPIP-General writing task 1 is typically 150 to 200 words, writing an email. Note, some short notes in other English tests are shorter, but for CELPIP-General, it's an email. Question 5. In the listening section, how many times can you hear each audio file? Once, twice, 3 times, as many as needed. CELPIP audio files are played only once. Careful note-taking is essential. Question 6. Which strategy is most effective for the reading section? Reading every word carefully first, skimming and scanning for main ideas and details, translating the text into your native language, guessing without reading. Time is limited, skimming for gist and scanning for specific answers is key. Question 7. True or false, there is a penalty for incorrect answers in the multiple choice sections. True, false. There is no negative marking, you should always make a guess if unsure. Question 8. A conversation between two co-workers about a project deadline is an example of which part? Listening to a news item, listening to a daily life conversation, listening for information, listening to viewpoints. Co-worker interactions typically fall under daily life or workplace conversations. Question 9. In the speaking section, you are asked to describe a scene. What should you focus on? Only one person, the color of the sky only, the overall activity, people, and spatial relationships. Reading the instructions aloud. A good description covers who, what, and where in the image provided. Question 10. Which CELPIP score is considered expert or C2 equivalent? 5, 7, 10 to 12, 1 to 3. Scores 10, 11, and 12 indicate the highest level of proficiency. Question 11. If you lose track of an audio recording, what should you do? Stop and ask for help. Wait for the next section and stay focused. Give up. Close your eyes. Continuing to listen for the next point is vital to salvage remaining questions. Question 12. In listening for information, what kind of topics are usually covered? Fictional stories, educational or factual presentations, jokes, weather reports. This section tests the ability to understand factual details from informative segments. Question 13. Reading part 3 usually involves reading for information. What is the task? Matching statements to paragraphs, writing a summary, drawing a diagram, translating words. This task requires identifying which section of a text contains specific information. Question 14. When responding to an opinion prompt in speaking, you should say you don't care, pick a side and support it with reasons, argue both sides equally without choosing. Repeat the question. The goal is to demonstrate clear, organized reasoning for a specific viewpoint. Question 15. How long is the total CELPIP-General test? 1 hour, approximately 3 hours, 5 hours, 90 minutes. The test takes about 3 hours and is completed in one sitting. Question 16. What is the best way to handle unscored items in the test? Identify and skip them. Put less effort into them. Treat every item as if it counts toward your score. Ask the proctor which they are. You cannot distinguish scored from unscored items, so perform your best on everything. Question 17. In speaking task 1, giving advice, what is a key requirement? Sounding angry, using appropriate tone and providing helpful suggestions, speaking for 5 minutes, ignoring the person's problem. The tone should be supportive and the content should directly address the scenario. Question 18. Reading Part 4, Reading for Viewpoints, involves a simple list of items, an article with different opinions on a topic, a recipe, a comic strip. This section requires understanding complex arguments and different perspectives. Question 19. When writing an email, Part 1, you should consider the level of formality, register, using only emojis, writing in all caps, not using a greeting. Adapting your tone to the intended recipient, example, friend versus manager, is graded. Question 20. To improve speaking score, a candidate should speak as slowly as possible, use a wide range of vocabulary and avoid repetition, use and off frequently, stay silent to avoid mistakes. Vocabulary range and fluency are key components of the speaking rubric.